1. When designing a CKA training program for adult learners, which instructional strategy best supports practical skill mastery? A. Memorization of Kubernetes command syntax. Guided lab exercises with real-time troubleshooting. C. Lecture-based content with limited interaction. D. Passive video demonstrations. 2. Which evaluation method most accurately measures learner readiness for the CKA exam? A. Multiple choice quizzes only. B. Scenario-based simulations replicating Kubernetes administration tasks. C. Peer group discussions without assessment. D. Instructor feedback sessions without testing. 3. In adult learning theory, the most effective way to reinforce Kubernetes cluster management skills is through A. Practice and reflection on real-world use cases. B. Reading theoretical documentation only. C. Watching others perform cluster management. D. Rote memorization of kubectl commands. 4. A key principle of curriculum development for CK candidates is to A. Integrate progressively complex real-world Kubernetes scenarios. B. Provide identical exercises for all learners regardless of experience. C. Focus exclusively on certification questions. D. Avoid performance-based assessments. 5. During CKA instruction, the most effective communication approach for explaining complex cluster deployment concepts is A. Using diagrams and hands-on labs to visualize processes. B. Reading through long technical definitions. C. Speaking rapidly to cover all topics. D. Using only written text materials. 6. A CKA mentor assessing a trainee's problem-solving skills should prioritize A. Observing how the trainee handles unexpected node failures. B. Grading memorization of pod definitions. C. Timing how fast a trainee reads Kubernetes documentation. D. Assigning random troubleshooting tasks without feedback. 7. Regulatory compliance in Kubernetes training primarily relates to A. Data security and privacy within simulated clusters. B. Command syntax accuracy. C. Exam length and difficulty. D. Instructor certification level. 8. In an adult learning environment, autonomy in CKA lab exercises encourages A. Deeper engagement and ownership of learning outcomes. B. Confusion and mismanagement of resources. Reduced motivation. D. Over-reliance on instructor direction. 9. Which technique best supports continuous improvement in a CKA mentorship program? A. Scheduled performance evaluations and reflective feedback. B. One-time skill assessment. Ignoring mentee input. D. Providing identical feedback to all mentees. 10. When creating assessments for CKA candidates, which format best evaluates analytical ability? A. Scenario-driven troubleshooting simulations. B. Yes/no questions. C. Fill-in-the-blank quizzes. D. Fact recall exercises. 11. Effective adult learning in Kubernetes training emphasizes A. Problem-based learning tied to workplace applications. B. Passive content review. C. Isolated memorization. D. Instructor-centered lectures. 12. A CKA instructor implementing feedback loops in training aims to A. Enhance learner reflection and course adaptability. B. Reduce instructional workload. C. Eliminate student participation. D. Avoid assessment revisions. 13. The best way to measure CKA learner proficiency in real-world tasks is by A. Observing performance during live cluster deployments. B. Counting attendance. C. Evaluating theoretical knowledge alone. D. Administering standardized quizzes only. 14. An effective CKA mentor should model A. Best practices in Kubernetes management and ethical communication. B. Competitive behavior among learners. C. Avoidance of learner questions. D. Inconsistent problem-solving methods. 15. In a CKA course, integrating peer collaboration projects primarily supports A. critical thinking and shared problem solving. B, individual isolation and competition. C, memorization of pre-built templates. D, reduced learner accountability. 16. Which instructional technique aligns best with adult learning principles for CKA training? A, task-based labs reflecting real administrative issues. B, textbook memorization only. C, scripted question drills. D, repetitive code copying without context. 17. A primary benefit of formative assessments in CKA training is A, early identification of skill gaps and adaptive feedback. B, certifying completion automatically. C, replacing all final exams. D, eliminating instructor involvement. 18. To maintain regulatory compliance in Kubernetes education, instructors should A, ensure data privacy in all training environments. B, disable network access during labs. C, store learner results publicly. D, use only outdated Kubernetes versions. 19. The most effective way to build a CKA trainee's troubleshooting confidence is through A, progressive exposure to real failure scenarios. B, immediate presentation of advanced cluster issues. C, avoiding errors in exercises. D, theoretical discussions only. 20. When evaluating a CKA training curriculum, which criterion is most important? A, alignment with CNCF standards and job performance needs. B, number of pages in the manual. C, student satisfaction surveys only. D, use of the same test questions every year. 21. In adult learning, self-assessment during Kubernetes labs fosters A, responsibility and deeper cognitive engagement. B, dependency on instructor approval. C, lower skill retention. D, minimal reflection. 22. Which communication method is best for explaining Kubernetes role-based access control, RBAC, to adult learners? A, case studies linking RBAC concepts to real organizational hierarchies. B, listing RBAC commands without examples. C, using unrelated analogies. D, providing only theoretical definitions. 23. A well-designed CKA mentorship plan should include A, goal setting, progress monitoring, and continuous feedback. B, static goals and no follow-up. C, competition between mentors. D, focus on theory without practice. 24. When designing CKA evaluation rubrics, trainers should prioritize A, observable, measurable competencies aligned with job tasks. B, vague performance descriptions. C, subjective instructor judgment. D, grading on effort only. 25. A CKA educator using adaptive learning software is primarily addressing A, individual learner pacing and performance needs. B, group conformity. C, instructor efficiency. Content memorization. 26. Mentoring in a Kubernetes environment differs from teaching because it emphasizes A, professional growth, reflective discussion, and contextual learning. B, strict content delivery. C, examination grading. D, group lectures. 27. When adult learners engage in peer review of CK lab results, the greatest benefit is A, knowledge sharing and collaborative problem solving. B, increased anxiety about peer judgment. C, focus on grading accuracy. D, reduced autonomy. 28. Ethical communication in a CKA mentorship includes A, providing honest, respectful feedback and maintaining confidentiality. Avoiding difficult conversations. C, sharing mentee errors publicly. D, withholding performance results. 29. To ensure curriculum alignment with certification outcomes, instructors should A, map learning objectives directly to CNCF CK exam domains. Create unrelated content for variety. C, focus on peripheral topics. D, skip mapping to reduce prep time. 30. A CKA instructor reviewing test data to improve lesson design is practicing A, data-driven curriculum refinement. B. Random content updates. C. Static teaching design. D. Summative assessment only. 31. In a blended CKA course, integrating digital simulations enhances learning by A. Allowing learners to practice complex tasks safely. B. Replacing all live instruction. C. Increasing passive learning. D. Reducing engagement. 32. Which approach best supports adult motivation in a CKA training program? A. Relating Kubernetes concepts to learners' professional goals. B. Imposing rigid schedules. C. Minimizing learner input. D. Delivering identical lessons to all participants. 33. A post-training CKA evaluation that measures performance transfer to job settings primarily assesses a real-world application of learned competencies. Test taking ability. C. Attendance rates. D. Memorization levels. 34. In a CKA training environment, the most effective way to address varying learner skill levels is to A. Differentiate tasks and provide scaffolded Kubernetes exercises based on ability. B. Assign identical high-difficulty tasks to all participants. C. Focus only on theoretical Kubernetes concepts. D. Eliminate peer collaboration to ensure individual grading. 35. When mentoring a CKA candidate, a mentor's primary role should include A. Guiding the learner through real Kubernetes problem-solving while promoting independent thinking. B. Providing answers to complex exam questions directly. C. Limiting discussions to basic Kubernetes definitions. D. Assigning random tasks unrelated to certification objectives. 36. A CKA instructor reviewing post-assessment data to adjust teaching strategies is demonstrating which instructional best practice? A. Data-informed curriculum improvement to enhance learner performance. B. Passive observation without course modification. C. Reduction of assessment frequency. D. Ignoring assessment results to maintain consistency.